It's winter here in Krakow, Poland, and the air is kind of crisp. Do you want to be optimistic and energetic, but you're just not feeling it? You just kind of feel blah, and you don't want to spend the rest of your day feeling that way. So the question is, how do you turn it around? What are the ingredients that can take you from being full of blah to full of energy? And can you even control that transition? Or do you just have to wait it out until something good happens to you in order for your mood to improve? If you're inclined to wait it out until something good happens to you, well, that's a problem because you could be waiting a long time. And you don't want to be camping out in Blasville for too long. If you're waiting for conditions to improve in order to have an elevation in your energy and optimism, that means you are favorable event oriented. It means you're dependent upon good things happening to you in order for you to feel better. And that's not a really good way to go through life. Might I suggest a better way? You have the option of going from being a favorable event-oriented person to becoming a favorable thinking-oriented person. Let me explain. When stuck in a rut of blahdom, a favorable thinker will ask these three questions. Is there anything in my life that has hit me hard recently? Sometimes you're feeling low because something has happened to you which has drained your energy and optimism. A loss of income. Maybe there was an opportunity that was on the table and now it's off the table. The loss of a relationship or the loss of an account that was really important to your business. Maybe losing a beloved pet or getting hit with an unexpected bill that is just beating up your bank account. Any one of these experiences can be a real dampener on your spirit. And sometimes it's not just one issue. Sometimes it's a cluster of challenges that all hit you at the one time. So if you are feeling blah, first ask yourself, is there something in my life that has hit me hard recently? And if your answer to that is yes, then I would suggest to you to cut yourself some slack. Give yourself permission to not have to bounce back into high energy and high optimism right at this very moment. So if you have been hit hard, my advice to you is sit in the blah for a little bit. You may ask, well, how long is a little bit? Well, let's just say long enough to honor the fact that you've been through some stuff, but not so long that you get trapped in the blah for days. The second question to ask yourself if you are stuck in a state of low energy, low optimism is, am I in this state because of physiological reasons? For example, if you are in a state of sleep insufficiency, then that is going to show up in your body somehow. Sure, you can slide by with not getting enough sleep for a few nights, but if you go too many nights, then your body is going to protest. And how it protests, it'll show up by way of putting you in a low energy, low optimism slump. Here's another physiological reason. Overwork. Now, I love work. I love the feeling of accomplishment. I just plain love getting stuff done. But I can overdo the doing. And I know that I am slipping into the zone of overwork when my energy levels start to plummet and my spirit slides into the state of blahdom. It's starting to rain. Spending too much time being sedentary is another physiological factor that can lead to low energy and low optimism. I mean, if you are spending too much time sitting and not moving around, then our body is going to respond by not developing the energy that exercise, that getting up and moving around can produce. So ask yourself that question. Is it physiological reasons why I'm in the state of low energy, low optimism? There are many physiological factors that can lead to you experiencing a state of the blahs. Not getting enough sleep, overwork, and not enough physical activity are just three for you to think about. So once you've asked yourself the first two questions, am I in this state of low energy, low optimism because something has hit me hard recently? Or Am I in this state because of physiological reasons? Then move on to question number 3. Is it time to wake up my better self? You can be physically awake, but there's still a part of you that is asleep, the energetic version of yourself. Now, I'm not asking you to jump out of bed in a state of energetic euphoria. Some mornings we wake up and we just don't feel the energy, and we just need a little time for our engine to warm up. But at some point, and ideally in the morning, we have the option of telling our better self, time to wake up and do your thing. Be bright, be hopeful, be action-oriented. You tell yourself that the day will be better if you approach it with energy and optimism, rather than letting your subdued, low-energy self run the day. Asking these 3 questions of yourself and appropriately answering them is what I call favorable thinking. If you've been hit hard in life, then give yourself some grace and don't beat up on yourself. Boy, it's really starting to rain. Now, if you find yourself experiencing the blahs because you are sleep-deprived, overworked, and under-exercised, then don't beat up on yourself, because that's not favorable thinking. Instead, just make a concerted effort to get more sleep, maybe back off on the work accelerator, and get out and get some exercise. And if it's just a matter of waking up the better version of you, then do it. Say to yourself, today, I choose to be energetic and optimistic. This could be good for you. I'm Dr. West. Here's to making life better.